Man, no matter... Okay, we'll just go with the male character. It's fine. Oops. Oh wait, it's the last name. Japanese culture getting me. There we go. What should we name the group, I wonder? It feels like the Fragnabots is, well, that is our fan name. I don't know. Thinking maybe... I mean, it's got to be an idol group, so it's got to be something cute, right? It can't be... I mean, I like the Fragnabots, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel like much of an idol group unless we're like doing the Daft Punk. Everybody's walking around robot costumes and stuff. Fragnasanji. I would get so many haters for it, but you know what? That's what the suggestion was, so let's go with it. Oh, and then when it goes burning down the flames, it'll be accurate to real life. Alright. Anywho, let's see here. Seriously, these models for the manager are awful. Rival, female, tutorial enabled. Yeah, that sounds good. Definitely want the tutorial because, yeah. Never played it. Haven't seen much of it. Hey, welcome in, Sully. Thank you very much for the follow. And yeah, it totally can't be that hard, right? Right? Okay, so let's see what we got here. First time checking this game out. Difficulty, relaxed, no fail state, money is not an issue, not recommended for first time players. That feels, I mean, that could be fun later, I guess, if you're trying to unlock achievements, but yeah, nah. Normal, challenging experience, may take you some time to figure out a strategy that works for you, recommended for the first playthrough, okay. And unfair, try this if you're up for a new challenge. Normal it is. Normal it is. I played this game for a while, now I can't play it without putting mods in. There's an Oshi no Ko mod? No way! That's so cool. Well, I want to give it a fair playthrough and see how long we go. But I'll definitely get into the mod scene because Oshi no Ko, you got my interest. I adore that. Wait, it was sort of voice acted? Okay. Oh, are you here to eat with Fujimoto? Sorry to break it to you, but he's not here right now. If you had an appointment scheduled for now, well, you might be waiting for a while. Fujimoto has a habit of keeping people waiting. Well, that's not a good start. K-pop mod would be awesome, by the way. Time to go find my boss, because, promptness, my friend. Did you read Ocean of Car or just watch the anime? I watched the anime, and then I picked up the manga, but what I've done is I read the manga up to where the anime stopped. Because I really want to check out season 2. I'm so hyped for it. But I also didn't want to spoil myself. So I'm trying to pace the manga with where the anime is to not... I want to see... Side to chapter 20. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to see like the differences, but I didn't want to spoil anything. Alright, we go. Where is Fujimoto? I seriously... Mephisto... I am such a Queen Bee stan now after that song. I can't remember what chapter number was. I want to say it was volume 4, I think. But yeah. Hey, do I look like I know? I don't even work here. I mean, it's not like anyone works here, right? Not at the moment, at least. If you wanted to meet anyone who works for Fujimoto, well, you showed up a week too late. Oh no. What happened? Oh, you didn't know? Well, this building might look like a ghost town now, but it used to be home to some very lucrative businesses. It is chapter 40. Okay. They were the kind of businesses that turn a very large profit, but they did most of their business in cash, if you catch my drift. Fujimoto runs the kind of businesses that favor profits over morals, kicking it old school with the world's oldest profession. Oh no. Season 2 starts in July. Yeah, I can't wait. I just hope High Dive sticks around because they've not been looking good lately. I've been very concerned with if they're going to stick around until it even gets here. But I am excited for it though. I'm going to be watching every episode. In fact, I will be doing some stuff on the Discord with that too. We'll do some watch alongs if I can get it to work. Let's see. Of course, the local law enforcement were usually willing to turn a blind eye as long as they got a cut of the action. But ever since our city was chosen to host the upcoming summer games, the higher-ups have started cracking down on that sort of thing. Oof. So this is based around the Tokyo Olympics, huh? I guess Fujimoto decided to clean up his act before the police had to get involved, which would explain why this building is now empty, and some of the neighborhood's finest massage therapists are now finding themselves out of a job. But I guess their loss is your gain, right? That's what you're meeting Fujimoto about? 145? That's a lot. Well, I hope it maintains its speed. Well, as best I can gather, Fujimoto's goal is to clean up his act, but let me give you a piece of advice. People don't change their ways so easily, you dig? If you want to run things squeaky clean, you'll be running against the grain. Kind of getting some Yakuza Like a Dragon vibes. Who are you? Me? I'm just a concerned citizen giving out some free advice. Is that enough gossip? I'm just trying to impress upon you that Fujimoto is probably desperate to fill this space with some kind of business. Whoever fills it could probably get away with running it at a loss for the foreseeable future. I don't know about that. One of the benefits of not caring where your money comes from means you can accumulate a lot of it. And Fujimoto spent a lot of time not caring where his money came from. Season 2 will only go until chapter 80 and season 3 until 120. So by the time we get to chapter 200, probably not have season 4. Again, I'm just really hoping the High Dive sticks around because as the only legal place to watch it, it sucks that they're not doing good. Anyway, I've already said too much. Enjoy your meeting with Fujimoto, alright? Lady, you just sold his moral character up the river.
Sayonara.
It really doesn't bode well, though, that he isn't here on time for his own meeting. Chapter 1. Congrats on the Vulpix. Oh, your friend Fragnasanji, right? Sorry to have kept you waiting. Good to finally meet you in person. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you're so young, but entertainment does seem to be a young person's game, especially when it comes to managing talent. Anyway, your age is less important to me than your experience, which was enough to impress me. Oh, you always have to do the Japanese right here. I'm not that impressive. Oh, how modest you are. And somehow, with the qualifications you have, that modesty doesn't ring false. I wouldn't expect someone with your experience to brag. Most people wouldn't brag about working at a convenience store, but to become a part-time manager at such a young age is certainly unusual, especially given that I happen to know that convenience store. It's in a pretty rough and tumble part of town. See? You don't know what your employer knows. You don't want to be too uppity about it. You're someone who knows how to get things done, aren't you? Managing an idle agency isn't exactly the same thing as running a convenience store, but you have to deal with a lot of the same problems. Young employees who are trying to balance school and work, running on a tight budget, keeping customers happy. I'm getting flashbacks here. If you know the business fundamentals, I think you'll do well here. And if you don't yet know everything you need to, I hope you'll learn fast. So anyway, I have the paperwork here if you're ready to sign. Your terms are, well, let's just say that they're the best terms I was able to get on such short notice. Anyway, I don't want you to think of me as your boss. You're the boss. I'm just a sponsor. An investor, if you will. This is your enterprise, and I'm just buying myself a piece of the action. Also, you are legally distinct, so if everything goes down in flames, you are not involved. When it comes to starting capital, I'm afraid I can't offer much in the way of cash. My investments haven't left me very liquid, and I'm taking a loss on a significant portion of my portfolio, you see. Part of the reason this building happens to be vacant. But I can offer you use of the bottom floor rent-free. Pretty lucky for my loss to turn into your gain, isn't it? Actually, yes. Bottom floor entry is big. This kind of generosity isn't typical for me, so don't get used to it. I don't really like either one of these. What do you get out of this, and why are you doing this? Neither one of these are really my business. So I'll just be shrewd and say, what do you get out of this? The why doesn't matter as much. I already said it, didn't I? I just want a piece of the action. You do all the hard work, and if you turn out to be a success, I get some of the prestige by association. If it fails, well, it won't be the first business venture I've seen fail. Fair. Plus, the truth is, I need someone to fill this property. If you let a space go unused for too long, it can start to look run down, and that can affect the value of the surrounding property. It's not good to have a building that never has anyone leaving or entering. But if you start expanding and taking up more space, you're going to have to pay rent for the space you move into. That's fair. It's a bit early to worry about that, though. For the time being, I assume you'll be focused on getting some starting talent, training them up, doing basic promotion, and most importantly, getting yourself a fan base. I don't know everything about the entertainment industry, but the one thing I do know is that you're nothing without your fans. True. An idol group lives or dies based on the size of the following it gets. Absolutely true in any form of medium. If you don't have fans, if you don't have people to run a hype, you don't have much. Of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't pay attention to your bank account, but if you're not increasing the size of your following, you're probably doing something wrong. Plus, there's me to think about. One of the reasons I wanted to sponsor an idol group is so that one day I can turn on a TV or pick up a newspaper and see people talking about something I helped create. So go out there and make me proud. Yes, Dad. So, are we ready to formalize the agreement, or is there anything I forgot to cover? In truth, you didn't cover anything really that important, but there was a woman who told me things about you, or I look forward to working with you. I think we're gonna go with I look forward to working with you. We don't need to stir the pot starting out. On the other hand, we could get good intel if we knew who she was, but nah. There's no difference between the manga and the anime of Oshi no Ko except some camera angles and some stuff that got cut that weren't that important. I think at the end result of season 1, you're right, but the way the story was told was significantly different because the manga covers it from almost entirely a flashback perspective, whereas the anime has you actually like living through it. At least that's what I noticed. In the manga, it's more like it starts very clearly as a murder mystery and you work backwards from the murder to what happened. But in the anime, you start and you work forwards instead. It's kind of interesting how they both have different perspectives, but it works either way. I think I like the anime's portrayal a little more. It feels a little more natural though. Anyways, I look forward to working with you. Huh, likewise, but don't expect to see too much of me. Don't get me wrong, I'll try to come out to big events, but I'm a busy man. You don't think you're the only investment I'm making, right? Fair? Oh, don't worry, I'm not sponsoring any of the idol groups. It's against my interest to sponsor two different companies that might compete against each other. But I'm always trying to diversify my portfolio, so I might stop by the office every once in a while, but don't expect to see too much of my face. Did you read the side story of Oshi no Ko, the 45510? I did not know there was a side story. If it's available in print, I will check it out though. I will check it out. Thank you for the recommendation. Hey, running an idol group can be complicated. It's challenging, even for those who have experience. Comprehensive guide would be useful, yeah? I have no idea what I'm doing. Me as the player? True. But me as the person, I wouldn't mind getting a few pointers. We don't want to be like that obvious about it. I thought so. That's why I'd like to give you this binder. It's put together by one of my former associates, and it lays out SOP, which is a standard operating procedure, for a lot of things you'll need to do when running an idol group. That sounds useful. Documents like the ones you'll find in this binder are the lifeblood of any organization. They're a way to formalize the concept so that the organization is never reliant on a single person. Hey, this is good stuff. Since all of their knowledge is stored in a form that allows anyone to pick up and take over their role. So, fun fact, in real life, I actually did something like this at one of my old jobs. Instead of relying on what they call tribal knowledge, which is word of mouth passing from one person to another person, instead I took a lot of time and made a binder and then copied that binder and gave it to all the departments so that everybody knew how to do this stuff. And it was a smashing success. Anyways, to the perspective of another member of Big Komachi and not I, reminiscing about the past. I think I know which member, but I don't know if you know all the Big Komachi members. I don't remember the anime really covering any of them. Like, they were just kind of window dressing, so I don't know the Big Komachi members at this point. Okay, I don't really like either one of these. Does that mean I'm replaceable, or so I'm not the first person who's had to do this? We're gonna go with the bottom one. Because, yeah. I sponsor lots of businesses before Mr. Fragnarok. I'll leave the binder in your capable hands. It consists of a series of lessons on various topics. Anyway, I think it's about time that I get out of your hair and let you actually start doing your job. Any questions before I turn you loose? You know what? Who put together the lessons? That's actually a good question. As I said, this is put together by a former associate of mine. This associate was a capable person who I have an incredible amount of respect for, which is why I'm glad to leave you in their capable hands when it comes to the nitty-gritty of running an idol group. Okay, that's fair. That's a good way to start. Okay, click on an unused part of the building to build a room there. Okay. To start with, let's create your office. After all, you need a place to work. That's fair. Oh, that's cool. It actually tells you what each one does when you just look at it. Nice. I love that it's this kind of game. Okay, enter your office. Open the staff tab. It's you. Each staffer is represented by a card on the menu. You're the first, and so far, the only staffer at Fragnasanji. Neat. Okay. On this menu, you can click on a staffer to change their nickname or to fire them. Of course, you can't fire yourself, but you can give yourself a nickname if you'd like. Okay. As the UI indicates, you're currently not assigned to any room. How about we move you over to that newly created office? Grab your card and drag over. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice. Look at you, already hard at work. This is the start of your journey as an idol manager. Here you can see the current date. The green progress bar underneath indicates how close tomorrow is. The days go by so fast, don't they? If you need time to think or plan your next move, you can pause time by using this button. The play button will resume time, and the fast forward button will cause time to move at an accelerated pace. Okay. Time will only pass when you're on this screen. Anytime you're experiencing a story event, time will pause automatically. Okay, cool. So that means that time doesn't... Okay, some games do this and I hate it, where the time just constantly goes and it's really spotty on if it actually stops. I like that it's clearly lining this out. Now, my question though is, when I'm on pause, can I do things like editing the rooms and stuff, or is it strictly just a pause? We'll have to figure that out. You can't have an idol group without idols. It's time to hold some auditions. Choose to hold local, regional, or nationwide auditions. Making a wider talent search with a regional or nationwide audition will increase the chance of getting a highly talented idol, but will also cost a lot more. There's also a cooldown for holding higher tiers of audition. Auditions are planned from your office. Click on your office and select the auditions option to hold a local or regional audition for now. Pause, you can do things if the time doesn't run. For example, if you're building a room, you'll still need to put the time back so it'll actually build it. Okay, so if I wanted to figure out like member management, people go here, people do that, I can do all of that stuff on the pause screen and then enact it by restarting time. Okay, good. Thank you for that. All right, so let's click on the office, auditions, and okay, this is in the way. There. We're going to do local auditions. 1, because they're cheaper. 2, because I'm a fan of the local talent idea. I'm a big fan of the anime Local though, if anybody knows what that one is. The talent scout begins. It will take a few days for the audition to finish. Looks like the game is currently paused. Our talent scout won't progress if time isn't moving forward. So I'm pausing so the time can pass. Okay, cool. So, okay, it addressed my concerns. Very nice. As you can see, your portrait has a progress bar that will fill up as the audition gets closer to finishing. Remember, if you want time to progress faster, you can always press the fast forward button. Just make sure not to lose track of time. Okay, that's fair. Now I do want to pause real quick though, because I want to know, can I afford to put another room? Or more accurately, how much money do I have? Where are we at? We have a significant amount of money. Also, hey, you said we're on the ground floor. This isn't the ground floor at all. Well, I don't want to spend the money because I'm sure it's actually going to tell me how to use it. I don't want to break the tutorial. I have done that before in games and it's embarrassing. Oh, nice. It has a little thing there too. It's a brand new day and the talent scouting is finished. It's time to look at the audition candidates and decide who to hire. Click the audition icon to see the candidates. Now, okay. Each audition finds 5 idols. Who they are is a mystery. Let's click on one of them to get started. What is this, like a dating show? I don't know, chat. Who should we go for? Just looking at profiles? Well, okay, it didn't say anything about you have to select one, so let's start here. She looks like Rin Shibuya from Idolmaster. Okay, each idol has 4 stats that are based on their appearance, and 4 stats that are based... Rose says number 2. Okay, we'll look at them next. Also, welcome in, Fenris. Good to see you. And 4 stats that are based on their talents. Okay. I love that they're going with the Idolmaster kind of stats. What? Did it not? Okay. Okay, cool. I did play. Thank you for the redeem. Okay, next to each stat, you'll see 2 numbers. The first number is the current value of that stat. The second number in brackets is their potential for that stat. You can think of potential as a soft cap. Once an idol reaches their potential in a certain stat, it will be much harder to raise that stat through training. Okay. Each idol has a unique trait. Some traits are beneficial, while others can be more of a hindrance than a help. 30% faster. That's pretty good. You can click here to hire this girl to be an idol in your group, but hold up, before we hire her, let's take a look at the other candidates. Try clicking on each of the other idols to see how they stack up. Okay. So Roses voted for number 2. Goto Moeka. Okay. She has exceptional stats. Her dance is awful. Like the worst. But in terms of promotional work, cute, cool, and sexy stats being what they are, man. Forgiving, doesn't hold a grudge. That's actually a really good stat because idol groups can be catty. Alright. Next up, let's look at number 3. Sugahara Soda. Hypochondriac. Spends 2 times stamina on handshake events. Oh no. I don't know. That 2 times stamina on handshake events could be concerning, but then again, it depends on how much this follows Japanese protocol. Because handshake events can be a huge thing or not. It just depends on the agency and their choice of marketing. So we'll see how this game handles that idea. Okay, Umete Reno. Holy moly, that cute factor is out the roof. Wow. Wow. Also, cute dress too, by the way. Prodigy. Training sessions are 30% faster. Okay. That could be good. That means she caps out quick. On the other hand, she is definitely the cute idol. And okay, a rare idol. Wow, it looks like you're lucky enough to find a rare idol. That means she has a pretty high starting stat, or she has pretty high starting stats, which will probably give her a head start over any of the other idols. True, but she's also a diva. Literally, look at this. Her downside is defeatist. Penalty to all stats if your latest single didn't top the chart. No. No. The number above each idol's portrait down here represents their overall rating. It's essentially an average of all of their stats, and it can help when comparing different idols. Okay. Now that we've had a chance to look at all these idols, let's decide who to hire. You can hire as many or as few idols as you like. Alright, here we go, chat. So, we're going to roll through the list here. I'll go through it nice and slow here. First up, we're going to do them, by the way, just by number order on the screen. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Let's see if we can run a poll. Well, I don't know if a poll could have that many spots on it, actually. Can it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually it can. Nice. Okay. Who do we hire first? Alright, and again, for simplicity's sake, we're going to just go by numeric order, so I don't have to type all of them out. There we go. So yeah, while we're doing this, I gotta say, looking at the number stats here, it's actually a cool system. Because I've played it several different idol management stuff. It's really cool to see these different collaborative stats they're doing. Because like Idolmaster goes primarily off of vocal, dance, and what's the other one? Vocal, dance, and I'm trying to blank on it. It's like, I know it wasn't vocal and dance initially. It was like cool factor, image, and dance, I think. And then they changed it up to cute, cool, and the was it cute? Anyways, it's cool that they have all these different stats because it means different ways that the game can initialize all of these stats to make different results happen. And I like that. I think that's pretty neat. Alright, so Poll is over. Oh. Guys, nobody voted. Boo. Well, that's fine. Since nobody voted, we will go with what Rose has said for our first hire. And I do want to say, too, we are going to have more than one. Let's see here. Since you're just starting out and have no idols, let's hire at least 3 idols to start out. Okay. So I think her stats are pretty average. You're in a dungeon FF14. Oh, no worries. So I do like her stats. Mainly her quirk of not holding a grudge, I think will be important. Get around the problems. So we'll hire her. Now I think my personal pick will probably be to do Umeta Reno. Because, well, her cute factor is insane, to be honest. Just a matter of making sure that she's not in the... We're not trying to put her in, like, sexy outfits, is pretty much it. That's fine. We'll hire her. And let's see. What? 1 second. Why are you doing this, Pokemon? Why are you being weird? You already are a mod, but I'll type the command anyway. There, I don't know why that was weird. Okay, anyways, back to the game. Okay, so... I was hoping there's a way I could see the other idols I've hired, but... What? Hey. All I did was click on her, I didn't click the hire. What the heck? Okay. I hired 3 idols. Looks like there are 2 left in this batch. You can either hire them as well or send them packing. I don't think her stats are that bad, to be honest. I am worried about the hypochondriac thing, though. That's kind of a negative stat pointer. And I feel like that defeatist thing is just going to be such a pain. I really do. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Should we hire this higher ranked character despite her penalty? Because I think her stats are pretty good starting out. She's actually funny, which is something nobody else has. But I'm kind of on the fence about that latest single didn't top the chart thing because, man, the idol industry is tough. Hey, good to see you, Roses. So, Roses says we should hire her. Defeatism sounds toxic. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that point, too. Defeatism sounds very much like a diva that'll shove everybody away. And I don't know if I'm about that. So, yeah. We've got a 1-1 on that one. My personal opinion, I don't think we'll hire her. Now, I do want to ask, though. What do you think about her? I think her starting stats are kind of rounded. Her funny isn't very good, but that's okay. The hypochondriac 2x stamina on handshake events. I feel like if she has a breakout, if she gets like really popular suddenly, that could be a problem. But I feel like that's an awfully specific problem and not necessarily a big problem. Because, I mean, again, handshake events are not a huge thing. Be fair, well, the starting stats aren't that great, but to be fair, handshake events aren't needed. You can promote with way more things. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, handshake events are probably one of the cheaper things you could do, hypothetically. But, yeah. We'll hire her. We'll start with a group of 4. And sorry, defeatist. We don't want none of that here. Oh, that's fine. One of the other girls was 23. Like, honestly, the if you're actually going by Japanese law, having somebody that's over the age 18, while technically not as great, actually is a lot better in my personal opinion. Because I'm reminded of way too many problems with idol groups that the ages were too not similar. Not hiring her as defeated her. She gives us on being an idol. Uh the idol industry, it's way too late to start. Uh in a degree, you're right. I'm not gonna lie, but I will say at a local group level, I think that's the big thing. If you start with local and you work up, you can actually get like ingratiated to the local community and get support. And that's really, I think, the way we're gonna play this is grassroots doing this. Trying to go like national and stuff like that is a recipe for failure if you don't understand your markets. Even though Memcho proved us otherwise, or even Jin for BTS. Yeah. See, I think, honestly speaking, I think that makeup and I think that outfit coordination, all that, really, really, what if you lie about their age? You do not want to do that. I mean, okay, to the audiences, you may want to do that, but that causes scandals. But to like legal authorities, yeah, don't lie about that. Yeah, as Sully pointed out, Memcho from Oshinoko claimed to be like 17 and even was on a TV show for teenagers and was actually like 25. The bot is not moderator. Man, that took you a while. Anyways, though, I'm so glad. Fair warning, I'm terrible with voices, so yeah, Memcho. The fact that Memcho was a YouTuber on top of that is the most impressive part. Like lighting and cameras all day, every day, and somehow nobody caught on to it. I'm so glad to be joining Fragnasanji. Everyone here seems really kind, and I think we're going to get along just fine. Good to hear. Hi, I'm Umete Reno. Everyone says I'm a fast learner. I'll be sure to do my best. Hi, I'm Iriyama Haruka. Everyone says I'm a fast learner. I'll be sure to do my best. You just copied her lines. How dare you? Hello. Sorry, have you seen my disinfectant wipes? I think I left them here somewhere. Um, you kind of didn't introduce yourself, but okay. Okay, now that your group has idols, it's time to give them something to do. Let's go over to the activities tab. Okay. Every day, your group can perform an activity. Performance will spend idle stamina. It will earn some money. Okay. Promotion will spend stamina to gain some fans. Spa treatment will spend money to allow 3 idols to recover some of their physical stamina. Okay. At the bottom of the screen, you can see how many fans, money, and scandal points your group has. Oh no. It looks like right now your group doesn't have much of a following. Let's fix that by doing a promotion to gain new fans. Okay, that's not good because that's already going to be a problem for her. Let's see here. So it wants to do a promotion. Okay. So I just click on it and that's it. Huh. Weird. Okay, so hire one idol. Oh, they're benchmarks. I get you. Okay. So we also want to do a performance, but it looks like we can't do that yet. I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, you have to click it to. Okay, I gotcha. Success. You've gotten some fans. You can hover over your fans at the bottom of the screen at any time to see the current demographics. Hey, hey, hey! Nobody told you to keep going. Stop that. To see the current demographics of your group's fan base. Okay, so we have 7 fans. Ooh, we actually have demographic numbers. So cool. Uh, Twitch, you okay, buddy? Twitch just went red on me. Can y'all see me still? We still good? Seems good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Twitch is saying that it's red bitrate, and I don't know why. Weird. Anyways, back to the game though. So current demographics of the game, or of the fan base, it looks like that's kind of an even spread. Okay. Now that it's a new day, let's plan a different activity for our group. It's time for a performance. Okay. Looks like that brought in a bit of money. Remember, you can do one activity every day, so choose wisely. Since you're first starting out, it might be a good idea to do some more promotions to increase your fan following. By the way, the benefit you get from doing a daily activity is based on the level of that daily activity. Hover over each daily activity to see how you can unlock higher levels. Okay? So, release a single seems to be the next one for promotion. Or no, we already have a single. Appear in magazines and 1,000 fans. Okay. Unlocking higher level daily activities is one of the best ways to make faster progression as an idol group. If you're ever stuck, consider checking your daily activities and see what the requirements are to level up. Whenever your idols work, they spend stamina. You can check their stamina in the idol menu. Okay. Here you can see an idol's physical and mental stamina. Ordinarily, idols spend physical stamina when working, but if you force them to work when they're completely exhausted, it will drain their mental stamina instead. Oh no. Okay. So minor. Okay. Idols with low physical stamina are at a greater risk of becoming injured, and idols with low mental stamina can become depressed. Be a good boss and try not to work your idols too hard. Yeah, you hear that? Both mental and physical stamina will recover over time, but mental stamina will recover much more slowly. Okay. Here you can view your idol stats. By default, it will display their looks and talent stats. Click on the arrow next to their stats to view their relationships. Oh no. These stats indicate your relationship with each idol. They indicate your friendship, influence, and romance. Oh no. No, not the romance. No. This is not good. Friendship is a measure of how much an idol likes you. Increase it by socializing with them and generally being pleasant whenever you interact with them. I mean, yeah. Influence is a measure of how indebted an idol feels to you. Increase it by doing favors for her. Romance is a measure of, well, you might be able to increase it by flirting, but not everyone will respond well to those kinds of advances. How about no? How about we just be a good boss? We just stick to that. You can click on an idol to change her nickname or put her on hiatus. Oh, okay. Later, when you can create multiple idol groups, you can also click on them to assign them to different idol groups. Okay, so nickname, socialize, auto practice. Oh, cool. Group, hiatus. Okay, this is actually a really good interface. I like this. Sorry. Here you can view more detailed information about her stats. Yep, that's what I just did. The fans tab will tell you about the demographic of her fan base. Really? Well, it's not letting me click on it, so uh I can't click on any of it. I cannot click on any of it, so that's kind of annoying. All right. The jobs tab will display any contracts an idol gets. Okay. I think it glitched because I clicked out of it. Whoops. The bonds tab will display an idol's relationships with other idols in the group. You can click here to see who she's friends with and to see which members she might not be getting along with. Looks like you don't know very much about her current relationships with other members of the group. Let's socialize and get to know her better. Okay. From the idol menu, choose an idol and drag her card into your office. All right. Well, let's see. Okay. So, profile. Fans. Okay, here we go. Now you get to actually look at the menus. Cool. Okay, so I'm actually we're putting her in there. So, okay, it takes some time to prepare social events, so let time progress. Remember that you can always fast forward if you want time to move faster. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I don't know why Twitch keeps telling me it's such a low bit rate. It's annoying. Okay. All right. Looks like you're ready to socialize with the idol you selected. Let's go get coffee. Okay. Casual conversation is a good way to get to know your idols and key to building friendship. Try flirting at your own risk. Not everyone is receptive to romantic overture. I'm not stealing your internets, I promise. Hey, welcome in, Sadu. It's good to see you, buddy. We're doing a different game today because my old bones couldn't keep up with playing Pump It Up like that 2 days in a row. So we're checking out Idol Manager. Hope you're having a good one, though, and thanks for swinging in. Let's see, socializing. You can ask an idol about her wishes to find out what her goals are. Helping her fulfill her goals will increase your influence with her. Okay? You can ask an idol to share gossip about other group members or ask her to mentor a younger member of the group. Note that most group members won't share gossip if they're not on friendly terms with you. That's fair. It's easy to fix a computer dying internally, but it's not too easy to fix the body. Yeah, regrettably, the curse of using a different model means not being calibrated correctly. If you have influence with an idol, you can spend that influence to get her to do certain things. If your idol is bullying another group member, you might need to resort to this option to get her to stop. Oh, good to know. Every idol graduates and leaves the group eventually. You can ask her when she's planning to graduate or accelerate her graduation. It's best to begin every working relationship by getting to know the other person. Let's engage in casual conversation. Hey, thanks for inviting me to chat. Umeda Reno talks a bit about a manga she recently started reading and shares a bit about what has been going on with her family. You also find out that Umeda Reno loves watching American football. Ha. No. Not the sports ball. We are in pause. Okay. You can't run everything yourself. Idols need to be coached, and you need staffers to help with sales and productions. Let's go and hire some. Okay. Staff tab. Green hire button. Here you can hire a variety of different staffers. The screen will also show you what type of room the staffer works in. For example, dance coaches and choreographers work in the dance room. Each staffer will have one of two specializations for their staffer type. They can still perform the task if they're not a specialist at. Okay. You can choose from novice, professional, and expert level staffers. More experienced staffers start with higher stats, but also cost more money to employ. As a starting group with a limited budget, it's best to keep our costs low, so let's hire a novice staffer for now. Okay. For now, let's start by hiring a manager to help us with some business deals. Select either a sales manager or production manager. Gets business proposals 25% faster, or production tasks are 25% faster. Tough. I think we'll go with her because she actually has a better success rate and a slightly better chance of a successful negotiation. Now our new staffer needs a place to work. Let's go back to the main agency view and build an office for her. Okay. Unused office space. Here we go. Office. Grab the staffer's card. Nope. Okay. If staffers aren't assigned to a particular task, they'll automatically generate research points. Oh. Now that you've hired a staff, they'll generate research points whenever they're not working on an assigned task. It looks like you already have some research points. Let's go spend them. Okay. Here you can hover over each type of research point to see how many research points your staffers are passively generating each day. You can also buy research points by clicking on the green buy button. Okay, so 43 per day, 43 per day. None because I don't have any. Every time, oh, that's important to note. Every time you buy research points, their price increases by 20%. Okay, let's spend some of your manager research points. Do you just click, I guess? Oh, okay. You can spend manager research points to unlock different marketing options or unlock different types of business contracts. Okay. Looks like you don't have enough research points to unlock anything. You could generate more research points passively or buy them from the previous menu. So I guess you want me to buy points. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so what do we want to unlock? Um, Single lyrics, media genre stuff. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Each one actually shows your fan base increase. Um, I don't know. Which one should we do, chat? Which one are you thinking? We have a lot of options here. So I think we should probably go with the single stuff. Mm, oh, ad break. You know what? I think we're going to go with a happiness increase. Let's go with happiness, because that's what we're about. There we go. Okay. So, did I break the tutorial again? Uh-oh. I think I broke the tutorial again. Oh no. Oh, it's weird that this all require 432. Yeah, everything requires 432. What's up with that? Well, I suppose while breaking the game as it is, let's go ahead and build a couple more things too. We've got a decent amount of money, so let's get some stuff going. Definitely want to do. Woo, that's 1 million for that. Ooh. Let's see. 5 items, the lowest physical stamina, restore 5 points of it once a day. Okay. Personal stylings. Neat. We're going to put a dance up in here, though. We're also going to want to get a dance coach. I'm not sure what it means exactly by the production thing. Hmm. There we go. Since we have flown off the rails of doing the tutorial, I guess. And in this room, we could put. Whoa, you can get some pretty cool stuff here. I feel like that's actually a pretty good one. Personal styling. Now, the question is, who do you put for a personal styling room, do you? Oh, here we go. So let's see. We're doing happiness lyrics. I would say we would want to go with the cute and pretty thing for that. I think that fits better. Okay. There we go. Cool. Now, what are you guys all doing today? Activities. Cuteness overload. That's a different game. But yes. Okay. Oh wait. So yeah, I think I completely broke the tutorial, which is unfortunate. Let's go back to the previous menu. Different staff tasks used to research different things. Okay. Okay. Ah, can promote them as well. Neat. So let's say research. All right. Well, I guess we'll just let some points roll for now. That's just kind of interesting. She doesn't seem to get points, which is Weird. Okay. Actually, we'll go with that. There we go. Oh, you can put an auto style on? Nice. That's cool. Hey, welcome in, Casey. Good to see you. We are figuring out how to do idle agency stuff. Okay, so we've let a few days run here. Let's go ahead and do some more production stuff for the idols. Performance. Okay. That's the one for today. Oh, my feet are actually okay, believe it or not. But my back, though, oh boy. Getting out of the recharge station was a bit tough this morning, but I made it. That was a lot of fun yesterday, though. And we will definitely get back to it. I just needed to take a break. Yeah, I wish I could get to the next part of the tutorial. It's kind of frustrating. One sec here. It's fine. Don't care about that. So I want to see if I can reload the tutorial. Because the tutorial was really broken there. Okay. All right. Yep. Research. Okay. It's still broken. Okay. Have a manager working for you. Let's have her make some business proposals. Okay. So, fair enough. Staff. There we go. Can unlock business proposal and research. Oh, okay. I see. Today is mowing day, and usually feel like I joined a gym afterwards for a couple of days. Yeah, take care out there. Make sure you can get done what you got to do. Just be careful. Okay, so we need to unlock that for her. So cool. Okay, so we know handshake events are not her style. So let's find something else we can do. Let's see. Digital release. Fans can't buy more than one copy. Physical bonuses are not available. Ooh. Loon PVs. Wow. Watch out for danger noodles and flying needle butts. What would you say an idle agency is? I would say an idle agency is someone that it starts with someone or multiple people that have the capacity to run a business and a group of people that work with or under those people that have the capacity to empathize and to be a people person. And then the people underneath those people are your talents or the people doing the actual like hard work. That's how I would see an agency as the business people that are making sure that the lights stay on and that things are getting paid for and everybody's getting their salaries. The people that actually know how to interface with the idols and to interface with said businessmen, and then the idols themselves. That's what I would define it as. Because I think it's important. The producer needs to know how to work with the people that he is working with, both on the upper management and also the talents that may or may not understand the business side of things. But also, not just a matter of understanding, but also have their own personal problems, desires, things that need to be monitored that a business person generally wouldn't get. Let's see here. For now, let's go with the digital release, I would say. It's not much money, but it'll work. Oh wait, hold on. Business context. There we go. Nice. Now she should be able to make that proposal. Okay. Okay, so she's doing a business proposal. Auto practice. Okay. I've got a lot of things here, so we'll hold off on that for now. By the way, hey, nice. Spacebar works for that. Spacebar to pause and unpause. I like that. That's helpful. Oh, nice. Let's get them stats up. Let's go. Hello, sir. Uh, we're sticking to professionalism. What is it? I've been meaning to talk to you about our organization's policies. Right now, they're not very well defined, and I was hoping that I could ask you a few questions to rectify that. So we're overseeing the agents that are like booking work from actors and musicians. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Like our position is we own the company, like we're the top boss. So we have to be able to hire people and run the business. And then the people we're hiring, we're entrusting the care of the talents with. So like we need to make sure that the people we're hiring that we say, hey, they meet the criteria of what we're looking for. They also jive well with the people we've got underneath us. Because if you have great talents but terrible managers, you end up being Kurosanji. You got people that are wonderful at voice acting, wonderful at all these things, but absolutely terrible managers that just wreck their life. Although, to be fair, it kind of is shared blame scenario because the managers are terrible, but also the people running the company are scumbags. So, you know. So we're going to try to be better than that. And if we're not better than that, we'll have the decency to go into bankruptcy as an atonement. Okay. Specifically, we need to set a number of guidelines for how the girls behave and how events are run. It can be chaotic if things aren't consistent. I think it's best to have a set policy in place so that everyone is working with the same rule book, so to speak. Fair? Okay. What policies do you recommend? Well, I'm not sure I'd recommend any specific set of policies. Different organizations have different sets of rules, and each set of rules has its own pros and cons. The policies that Fragnasanji has will be part of what sets it apart from other groups. Okay, so actually paying the talents, we'll start with that. Roller Coaster Tycoon, sometimes I'd remove the tracks. Sometimes. Now that's just evil. You just want to watch everybody burn. Of course, nothing is set in stone. You can always change your mind if you don't like the current set of policies. In fact, it's pretty common for new years to be flexible when they first start off and adapt their policies depending on what seems to work best. Okay. The longer you stick with a given policy, the more people come to expect certain things from you. When an organization gains more of a reputation and people get more used to running things a certain way, changing policies can take a while and you might have to wait longer for the benefits to show up. That makes sense. Excuse me. But since we're a young organization, we have time to change things around. So if you're a bit unsure, no need to stress over a particular policy decision. You can always adjust it later. Sorry, that was probably a bit more explanation than you needed. You're the boss. You don't need me to explain to you how your organization works. In fact, you're supposed to be the one who tells everyone else how things work. So with that in mind, what kind of business proposals do you think would be the most promising? So I'm thinking, honestly, photo shoots. I wish I could look at my idol's menu stats right now, but I think photo shoots would probably be the best way to do it. For now, at least. I'm about to get breakfast going, then Mo. I'll have a great stream, and I'll be back after my shower. Okay. Sounds good, Casey. Make sure to stay hydrated if it's hot out there. Okay. Photo shoots are one time gigs, so they're good for a quick infusion of cash without having to worry about long term contracts. If you're looking to maximize short term revenue, it's hard to do better than a photo shoot. Do you want me to focus on photo shoots? Um, let's look at other ones too. Actually, variety shows. Variety show appearances don't pay very much for new upstart groups like ours, but they're a good source of exposure. Plus, they're one time deals, so it's not a huge time commitment. So, should I focus on getting us variety show experiences or appearances? Now, let's see here. Advertisements. Most advertising campaigns require us to sign a 3-month contract. They can be a good source of recurring income since we get paid weekly for the duration of the contract, and any idol that appears in advertisements will also get a modest bit of exposure. But whichever idol gets chosen for the deal will go in every week to record new spots, so it's a real time commitment. There's also the fact that advertising contracts expose us to liability. If a company chooses an idol from our organization to represent their brand, any scandals that idol becomes involved in can result in negative association with the brand, and we'll have to pay a pre-agreed settlement if that happens. That should hopefully be a pretty rare occurrence. Advertising deals pay pretty well, so I wouldn't let the threat of damages scare you too much. Okay. TV dramas. TV seasons last for 3 months, so any deals involving TV drama roles will lock us into a 3-month contract. That could be a big time commitment since whichever idol gets cast will have to make appearances on set every week. On the plus side, it does mean that any idol who gets cast in a TV drama will be getting a good amount of exposure every week, and they'll also bring in a modest amount of income. One thing to be aware of is the liability that comes with a 3-month contract. TV networks want the actors that appear on their shows to have a clean image, so if any idol with a TV drama role gets involved with a scandal, we'll have to pay damages to the network, so just be wary of that. So, do you want me to hunt for TV drama roles? For now, I just have her set for photo shoots, so we'll just stick with that. We'll do photo shoots. It's a good way to start. Alright, sir, sounds good. Of course, it never hurts to change things up depending on what direction the company is going in, so you can always adjust our group's policy on which types of business proposals to focus on. Of course, while I might be focused on trying to get a certain kind of business proposal, sometimes other opportunities will fall into our lap. I'll be sure to let you know about those when they come up, even if they're not the kind of business deal we're focusing on at the moment. Sorry if it sounded like I was second guessing you there. Business proposals are kind of my area of expertise, so I just wanted to make sure you are aware of all the options before you made your decision. My next few questions should be a bit simpler and more straightforward. Recently, I've been thinking about the branding of Fragnasanji. What kind of vibe do you want people to associate with our group? Cute. Cute is definitely the way. Cute. That sounds like a safe brand image. And I'm kind of partial to that vibe myself, too. All right, another branding question. It's about the kind of fans we're trying to attract. What kind of image are we trying to project? Ooh. Hmm. This is a little bit more of a difficult question, I think. I personally think going neutral is probably the way to go about it. Because if you do the orthodox idol thing, then you become one in a million. If you do the rebellious thing, you run the risk of your idols either not agreeing with your portrayal of them or your audience disagreeing with their image casting. But if you go neutral, you can stay flexible with it. And I think just starting out neutral is the right start. Playing it safe, huh? Well, trying not to alienate anyone is a valid way to go, and certainly not a bad choice. Okay, now for a question about screening incoming talent. We can conduct background checks during the recruitment process. A more rigorous background check will make the recruitment process more expensive, but it can help filter out more of the bad apples. How extensive do you want our background checks to be? Uh, I think basic is fine. Having no background check can lead to liability problems. But I think a basic background check, if somebody comes back and they do have something, an unusual circumstance, we could probably figure it out. Or if it ends up being too much of a hassle, we just say no. Just the basics, huh? That should help us screen out some of the more problematic candidates. We also need to talk about social media. Since anything that the idols post online is going to reflect on the organization, part of the idol's contract allows us to set rules governing their public social media use. Okay, here's a big one. Legal mindset, and so many people have talked about this. This is huge. What kind of policy do you want regarding social media? Okay, so I'm going to be real with this. I think a genuine image is the way to go. I think what Fragnasanji does with their idols are owned by the company, and ergo the talents have no actual say over what's happening. I don't think that's okay. I think that that's very problematic. Also, I just noticed this on the stream. Why is there a black box over my avatar? What is that black box? Oh. Oh, it's the closed captioning box. I didn't realize that was there. Might be. Let's move that over. Sorry, guys. But anyways, though, I think having no social media will just shoot us in the foot, personally. I think that that's a terrible thing to not have at all. And I think pre-moderated posts means that you have an ingenuity level. Or, sorry, not disingenuous level. So, no restrictions. If it's problematic, you discuss it with the talents. And if it continues being problematic, then you discuss them graduating. Allowing girls to post directly to social media should increase fan engagement. Hopefully, harassment isn't too much of a problem. There is one thing I will say, though. I feel like there should be a bit of a gray spot there. Thank you for the hydrate. I think there should be a little bit of a gray spot for another option there, because pre-moderated indicates that the girls can't post anything at all without your say so. But the no limits one indicates that they are able to post literally anything, and that could include potential replies and dealing with harassers and stuff like that directly, which is not good. I feel like allowing them to post, but then giving a rule set of, don't reply to people directly would be fine. I think that would be a suitable number, but alas, we cannot do that one. On a related note, we should figure out what to do about allowing live streams if we want to allow them at all. They can be a good source of exposure, but there's always the risk of scandal. Controlled streams. No restrictions. Menhera is a thing. I have seen way too many people go down that route. Controlled streams, they're okay. The social media is where I would draw a line for them being free for anything. Alright, I have heard that some streamers collect donations from viewers and actually make a bit of side income from it. It's not a lot, but it's not nothing either. Oh, another thing. We need to have a dating policy in place. There are more, shall we say, invested fans who don't like the idea of idols dating. They think it ruins part of the appeal. On the other hand, not allowing idols to date is the kind of thing that would seem draconian to less invested fans, and that may be a bit of a turnoff for them. And that's completely apart from the impact that romance can have on an idol's life on an individual basis. There are a lot of emotional highs and lows that can come with the dating scene, and while romance can boost someone's self-esteem, it could just as easily end up being a distraction. There's also the fact that what kind of dating policy we set will affect how dating-related scandals are seen by the public. If we have strict rules against dating, then anything remotely scandalous is going to be a much bigger deal than if we were more permissive. On the other hand, having a loose and flexible policy makes it more likely that scandals will happen in the first place. We could also try to hedge our bets a little by not setting an official policy. And no matter what kind of dating policy we have, it probably won't do anything to discourage idols from becoming romantically involved within the group. That kind of thing has been known to happen. Though, if it's just an internal thing, it's easier to keep that kind of thing under wraps. So it probably wouldn't be an issue regardless. Man, you just gave me a legal contract sized document on the pros, cons, and in-betweens of this. And then you give me 3 options for my choices? Really? That is... Ugh. What is that all about? Well, my personal thoughts here. Forbidding dating is just not a good call because no matter how things work out, people are people, and telling them they can't date anyone is just, yeah. I think ambiguous is the way to go about it. Best to keep ourselves out of it then. A don't ask, don't tell policy probably won't appeal to many fans, but it's also less likely to repel them. I have a problem with that don't ask, don't tell thing, but that's a personal experience. But in this case, I think it's true, though. I think and not having a hardline stance allows the agency and the people within it to work with the talents and their partners to come to a compromise that works. Because honestly, the last thing you need is to be dealing with the fan base and dealing with internal policies. That's a complicated mess. One last thing related to finances, or more specifically, salaries. One of the things I've been thinking about is proactively offering the talent pay raises in order to keep them satisfied. The way it is right now, the only time idol salaries can increase is if you change them yourself. But if you authorize me to offer them incremental pay bumps, I could keep an eye on which girls seem to be less satisfied with their pay and give them a slight pay bump to keep them satisfied. Yes. I like that. How do you want me to handle idol salaries? I would say keep it at moderate levels. Keeping it at high levels runs the risk of the company going bankrupt, and then nobody has a job. So moderate levels, I think, is good. Okay, sounds good. I'll adjust idol salaries if their satisfaction seems to be dipping too low. Hey, boss, are you... Oh, sorry, am I interrupting anything? Not at all. We were just wrapping up some of the discussion of the group's policies. Hey, that's good thinking. Have you set any policies on things like event security? No, actually, but that's a great point. In fact, we should probably decide that right now. Good thing I hired you. Yeah, we need to figure out what our security policy is going to be at events where the idols interact with fans. You know, live appearances, handshake events, that sort of thing. Hardcore fans don't like seeing security guards everywhere, but having good security in place will make the girls feel safer. What level of security should we have at events? Um, you know, I think I would probably go with restrictive, if I'm being honest with you. Because there's so many things, especially Oshinoko is a great example of this. There's so many things that could happen to the girls, and frankly, I would rather people be understanding of the policies than to have the hardcore fans that might be a little bit crazy. Strict security? I have to admit, hardcore fans probably aren't going to like that, but it should give the girls some peace of mind. I'm sure they'll appreciate that, even if the hardcore fans don't. Good. While we're on the topic of live events, I've been focusing a lot on dance choreography. More specifically, I've been thinking about clothing choices and how skirts can make certain kinds of wardrobe accidents more likely. Depending on the dance moves, fans might see a bit more than we want them to see, if you get my drift. I'm sure that hardcore fans will get a huge kick out of seeing the girls in short skirts, but less hardcore fans aren't as into that kind of thing. If we go with longer skirts, some of the male fans wouldn't be too happy with that choice, but it'd probably go over better with female fans and would still please some of the hardcore fans without alienating the more casual fans. Hardcore fans need boundaries. But definition of hardcore? No, I agree. I genuinely agree. Or as a bit of a compromise, we could have the girls wear short skirts with safety shorts. Less risk of wardrobe malfunction, and that would keep the hardcore fans moderately happy without alienating anyone. Of course, we could always dodge the issue entirely, just have them wear pants instead. More and more groups are doing it these days, and from what I hear, a lot of casual fans that look more appealing, especially guys in the audience. Hardcore fans probably prefer the more traditional look with skirts, though. So, how do we want to handle clothing for dance performances? So, I feel like there's also a couple other things to consider here, too. What kind of group message are we going with? What kind of group appeal are we going with? If you're going for a cool, appeal, then you would want to go with the pants. If you're going for a sexy appeal, you'd want the short skirts with danger as a possibility. So my personal thing, I think the short skirts and safety shorts is perfectly fine. That's a really traditional idol thing, and also short skirts generally is where you get more frill, more cute kind of vibes. So safety shorts is fine. Nobody's saying anything that isn't untoward that way. Sounds like a good compromise. That probably won't ruffle any feathers. I'll make a note of that. Thanks for bringing it up. Oh, one last thing. I know this is kind of a subjective question, but when it comes to live performances, which do you think is better, quality or energy? Quality and polish, energy and enthusiasm, or balance and moderation? I personally think that energy and enthusiasm is the right way. If you want quality and polish, it's not that some people can't do it live, but honestly, quality and polish is if you're going for high-end entertainment, orchestras, opera, theater, that kind of stuff. But if you're there for a concert and you're there to have a good time, you're there for the vibes, for the energy. If you want the high quality version of the song, you just buy the CD or the song. So I'm going to go with energy and enthusiasm because I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, people love an energetic and enthusiastic performance. Even if the dance moves aren't always perfect or their singing isn't perfect, fans can tell when an idol is really giving it her all during a performance. Real hardcore fans love that kind of authenticity. Yeah, basically. When a fan sees a girl who's singing her heart out and isn't holding anything back, or someone who's dancing so passionately that they're sweating on stage, that's the kind of thing that can make them a fan for life. I'll do my part to make sure that every live performance is special. You get it. Of course, if you ever change your mind, you can always change the group policies. I think the only line I'm gonna draw is don't get hurt. That's the big thing, you know. It's fine to be energetic and enthusiastic and to really pour your heart out, but don't hurt yourself in the process. Like there was an Idolmaster idol that was very well known because she got really good at this, even though they didn't want her to. As part of her dance choreography as the leader, she would do hand springs into cartwheels, and yeah, that's exciting and that's really cool. But oh my god, every time she did it, it's both cool to watch and it's also terrifying because wearing those outfits and doing something like that and you not getting hurt is not a great percentage. Yes, I'll draft up a list of group policies based on our discussion today, but you can modify them at any time. If you're unsure, my personal recommendation would be to experiment early on to see what works best for you. Once we actually start getting into production mode and start recording music and doing live performances, changing policies will take longer, so it's best to decide these kinds of things early if you can. Thanks for your time, sir. I look forward to working with Fragnasanji. I know we're just starting out, but I've got a really good feeling about how things are going to go. Okay, so everybody is working except me currently. Okay. We actually will need to get some music space going though. Hmm. Okay. So now we're getting into the rent cost. Okay, we've got a dance room. We've got recording studio. Oh, that's cool. Definitely want to have a doctor's office. We need one of those. Well, we need a doctor's office, but maybe not yet. That's really pricey for what it is. Yeah, for now we'll just do that, and then we'll also get new staff. Okay, recording studio. Max coaching level is 40. Wow. So I'm wondering, do we need to? Can we get two people in a room? I think it said that. Let's see here. One sec here. I want to make sure I got this right. Idle manager hiring two. Oops. Let's see, hiring two staff, one room. Okay. I was just trying to make sure I didn't with is there a way to set a strict no bullying policy? No, my biggest concern. It feels like there isn't. That's gonna be on you as the producer to do that. Okay. All right, and we want to get one more person here. All right. So for the office, we have somebody that's good at business proposals. Now we need somebody that's good for production. Hire more than one stepper at the same time. Redundant employees. That's kind of rude. It's not redundant. Okay. Whoops. Hold up. I didn't mean to cancel that practice. That was on me. Okay. Auto proposals. Yep. Do auto proposals there as well. Okay. Everybody doing auto is good. There we go. All right. Now, what am I doing? Okay. So we currently have 7 fans. We need more fans. We need many more fans. There we go. Now, what am I doing? Auditions? No. Salaries and contracts? Not really. It's not really that important. Hire an office dancer and a dance staff to unlock. Oh, okay. I already did that. Okay. So pretty much I'm just going to sit in the background and do my thing, I guess. Just supposed to be music. I heard the voice acting earlier, but it seems oddly quiet now. Really? Oh, you're right. OBS. What happened, buddy? Oh, that's not good. It seems that OBS is in the process of crashing. One second. Let's see if I can fix that. Huh. OBS. Right. Okay. One sec here. The stream might drop for a sec. I wanted to see if I can fix OBS. Okay. One second, y'all. I'll be right back.